Hey everybody, my name is Jim Hall and I'm here on behalf of the 3,700 caregivers representing Cadlick Regional Medical Center and its affiliated clinics and health facilities around the Tri-Cities area. We are proud to be a partner in this video that is being put forward by J.J. Harrison, who has wonderful messages and important messages for all of you. We hope you take them to heart, especially during this time that we have been enduring this pandemic over the past several months. Certainly the message of bullying is important, as well as any kind of mental health issue that might impact you. And I urge you, if you're having any kind of mental health concern, please reach out to someone that you trust. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Rodeo Clown J.J. Harrison. What? You don't recognize me? It's the mask. Now I tell you what, I'm safe. We're 6 feet from everybody. I'm Rodeo Clown J.J. Harrison. And still nothing? I promise I'm him. It's a beard. Okay, I'm growing a beard. That's all it is. I'll shave it off when we get back to rodeo and put the makeup back on. But I want to talk to you about something important. First of all, if you've never been to a rodeo, let me explain why I'm such a rodeo fan. Rodeo is the only sport where competitors work together to beat themselves. You're lost, aren't you? You're lost. Let me say it again. This time I'm going to say it real slow, like that'll make a difference. Rodeo is the only sport where competitors will work together to beat themselves. Still nothing? Okay, think of it like this. Two bareback riders go down the road. We'll call them Austin Foss and Stephen Peoples. These guys load up in a van, head down the road. They drive to Kennewick, they drive to El Paso, they drive to Austin, Texas. They're all over the country. They share expenses. They show up at a rodeo together. They've driven together for sometimes 15 hours straight. They get to the rodeo. What do? They look at their draw. They find out what horse they've got. They go back behind the chutes. Now, let's say Stephen Peoples is up first. Stephen Peoples gets down onto his horse. Austin Foss is right there next to him helping him out. If something in that horse doesn't look right or anything's wrong, Austin's there to help Stephen. Now, Stephen says, all right, boys, let him out. I'm ready to go. Boom! They open up that gate, and I mean, this horse jumps high, sometimes 6 feet in the air, jump over a small person. Now, here's the deal. Stephen's got to reach with his feet and try to spur to get points. He does this the whole 8 seconds. He jumps off, throws his hat. Guess what? He scores. I know you're screaming at home because the dude's 85 points, and he goes to the lead. 85 points goes to the lead. Woo! Right? I'm excited, too. Now, he tips his hat to the crowd. Guess what? It's Austin Foss's turn. What does Austin do? He goes back behind, or he's back behind the chutes. He gets down onto his horse. Now, what is Stephen doing in this moment? He's back behind the chutes with Austin. Now it's his turn to be the helper. He's got a hold of Stephen. He's making sure that he doesn't fall down in the chute with the animal, because that's certain death. This big horse is ready to buck. Austin says, okay, boys, everything looks right. Stephen says, yep, looks good. Boom, they open up that thing, and I mean, this horse jumps out of there like he got stung in the butt by a bee. He is airborne, right? Flying through the air, big jump spur. Austin is reaching with all of his might. Boom, 8 seconds later, guess what? Guess what? 88 points to the lead. Now, I know you're screaming in your chairs right now. Try to calm down. Here's the thing. 88 points just takes the lead. But here's the question that I have. Here's the question that I have. Why would Stephen Peoples help Austin Foss? That's the million-dollar question. Why would Stephen Peoples, who was winning the rodeo, who was in first place with 85 points, why would he go back behind the chutes and help Austin Foss? Austin just beat him. Austin just beat him. Just took the money right out of his pocket and put it in his own. Now, I know these guys travel together. They share expenses, but guess what? The money that they win is very personal. It stays with them. So why? That's the question, and that's what rodeo is about. Rodeo is the only sport where competitors work together to beat themselves. Stephen and Austin work together, and sometimes they end up beating themselves because they're friends. Because they're friends, because they're traveling partners, because they're amigos, they roll together. They do things as a team, even though they are individuals. This is a lot like life should be. We are all here on this planet. We're all trying to live our lives the best that we can. We all want to win. We all want to win. But guess what? Sometimes we've got to give a piece of ourselves to help somebody else, even when it can cost us something. Now think about that. That's what I love about rodeo. But I tell you what, there's always a winner and a loser. There's always a winner and a loser. And even when I say the word loser, I know in the back of your neck there's some hair that stuck up that said, ooh, he said loser. Don't ever even talk about the loser. Loser's not a bad, is not a good thing. You don't want to do that. But here's the thing. I'm the biggest fan of losers. Look at me right now. If you can see me, I am the biggest loser that I know. I promise you, I am the biggest loser. Now, some of y'all are laughing at home like, look at this bearded idiot. But I mean it when I say it. Losers are phenomenal people. I am a great loser. See, I really feel like this. I feel like loser got a bad rap. The word loser got a bad name. If I call you a loser, that means I believe in you. And let me tell you something. Losers play the game. Losers play the game. Losers try. Losers put themselves out there. They say, you know what? I'm going to compete. I'm going to try. The only time you can truly lose, not mean that little person deep inside you, that little guy that lives in your heart, that little girl that lives in your heart. The only time they truly lose in a negative way is when they stop trying. They sit against the wall. They don't ask the girl to dance. They do everything to hide from themselves in life. You see, you can't be afraid of the word loser. Loser means you tried. You played the game. I was the NFR barrelman in 2012, the big dog, the big kahuna. Man, I was the real deal. Las Vegas, Nevada, there I was, middle of the Thomas and Mack, 2012. Yeah, it's 2020. That was 8 years ago. 8 years. I've been trying to go back, and guess what? Every year I come close, but I don't get it. I haven't been back. Does that mean I am a loser? Yeah, it does. It does. It means for the last 8 years I've lost at winning the opportunity to work in Las Vegas in the Thomas and Mack. But the reality is I'm not a loser in a negative way. I'm not a loser in the negative way because I try. I don't quit. And because I don't quit, I get the honor, the privilege to do some of the best things that life can offer. I get to travel the country. I get to go to communities all over the United States and see the best that they have. I get to hang out with a lot of great people, including Kennewick. If you've ever been to the Horse Heaven Roundup, I'm telling you, great rodeo, and I get to be a part of it. Now, do they care that I'm not the barrelman at the NFR? Well, I'm sure they would like that. But I'm telling you, because of my efforts, because I'm willing to try over and over again, because I'm not afraid to lose, they respect that, and I get to stay. Okay, so here's the question. Who keeps us from trying? Well, you and I both know it's a big word, it's a buzzword, it's the one we're here to talk about, bullies. That's right, bullies. People that are bullying us in our lives. They keep us from trying because they try to take that word loser and they try to keep that negative. They try to keep you with a fear of being a loser. That's how bullies operate. Now, I'm not talking about teasing. I tease people for a living. I'm a rodeo clown. I got big old ears. I make fun of myself. I make fun of other people. I mean, I got this big goofy cameraman behind the camera right now trying to film this thing. You know, you tease people, but there's a balance of power. When it's not a balance of power, I'm telling you, it's bullying because there's an imbalance of power. That's right. One person has a power over. Let me tell you about the biggest bully I ever met in my life. I was teaching school. That's right. I wasn't even interacting with this person. They weren't bullying me, but I saw this behavior. The biggest bully I've ever met in my life was a 7th grader. She stood about 3 feet tall. Yeah, I said she. The biggest bully I've ever met in my life was a 3 foot tall little female. Now, she ran the school. She'd tell you if you were cool. She'd tell you if you weren't cool. She'd tell you where you should sit at lunch. She picked on great big football players and would crumble them. She would crumble them because she would send her little cronies over to be mean to you. Had all kinds of craziness in her, and I mean, I wanted to punt her like a football. I mean, I couldn't believe these big guys were letting this little girl run them down like that. I couldn't believe it. So here was the time. This is the moment. If you're a teacher, you know. You're waiting for parent-teacher conferences. Oh, right? Parent-teacher conferences were coming, and I had all my documentation. I had all my paperwork. I was laid out. I'm going to tell this girl's parents exactly what's going on. I'm going to crush this right now. So here's how it goes. I see her in the room. I'm like trying to finish up, but yeah, you can have an A. Go on. Yes, sir. Come on over. I'm ready for him, right? Just here she comes with her dad, and they come over, and I've got 2 chairs sitting in front. The dad plops down in the first chair, and before she can even start to sit down, he grabs her by the back of the shirt, pulls her down really aggressively, and says, well, let's find out how dumb my daughter is. Everything in me stopped right there. Life lesson for J.J. Harrison. I realized something very clearly. Bullying behavior is not something that we're born with. Bullying behavior is not something that we just decide we're going to do. It's something that we've learned. It's something that we've watched other people do. You know and I know that the influence, the reason this girl behaved that way was, guess what? She was getting it from her dad. Now, I don't know what snapped in me, but all of a sudden I switched everything. I spent the next 15 minutes telling this dad how great his daughter was, how much potential she had. It changed our relationship. It lifted her spirits up. And I tell you what, it changed some of the bullying behavior that she did. Bullies are everywhere. They are out there. But the scary thing now is this young lady who's changed her life in a great way would have been bullying even a scarier way on the internet. That's right, social media, it's out there. 2020 pandemic, we're all sitting behind screens, we're all hiding in our rooms, and guess what? We're on the internet more than ever. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchats, TalkTics, TikToks, whatever that is. Anyway, we're all behind a screen. Don't think that bullying isn't happening. Don't think that bullying isn't happening. It just became easier for it to happen. It just became easier for us to pick at each other, to go after each other, because we don't have to come face to face with you. I can write something mean to you. I can send you something mean. I can unfriend you, block you. I can do all kinds of things in a different way. Bullying has changed, but it doesn't mean it's not bullying. Don't think that you can sit behind your computer, that you can Facebook or TikTok or Instagram somebody and do something mean to them, and that's not bullying behavior. That's absolutely cyberbullying. Be aware of that. Be on the lookout for that. Cyberbullying is a real thing. Do not take that loser and make it negative through the internet. Keep us all trying. Keep us all in the game. Keep us all wanting to win. I'm okay with winners and losers. I'm not okay when we push somebody and keep them from trying to win. Okay, so here's the thing. Now we've established we don't want to have cyberbullying, we don't want to have bullying in general, but what happens if we do see it? Because you know it's going to be out there, so what do? Now, a lot of times I know what you're thinking. You're going to tell somebody, well, then you're a tattletale. No, you're not. See, we talked in the beginning, bullying and teasing. Those are different things. I firmly believe that if you tell on somebody when they're teasing you, yeah, you're a tattletale. And that's a bad thing. I'm not going to buck society on that. But I will say this. If you're being bullied, you're not a tattletale. You're a reporter. You're giving information to somebody else, something that's happening, something that's truly occurring, something that's negative that you need to let other people know about. That is called reporting. Now, the question always comes out, who do you report to? Well, if it's live or you're in school, guess what? It's going to be the teacher, the principal, the duty. I've heard about the duties. They come out at recess. You can even report to your own friends. The more people you report to, the better. The bus driver, your favorite rodeo clown, anybody. Tell as many people as you possibly can. One of the horror stories of my life was a kid who was being bullied. Every day told just me. And I dropped the ball for this kid. I dropped the ball for him because I didn't take it serious. He's a big kid, couldn't believe he was being bullied. That's got to be a joke. So I didn't do much about it. Now that didn't stop the behavior. So he should have told multiple people. I should have been better, I know that. But he should have told multiple people. And I don't want this to happen to you. I don't want you to see bullying behavior or be bullied and not report it to multiple people. Don't forget that. Tell as many people as you possibly can, even if it's cyberbullying. I promise you, if people are coming at you online, you still need to report to other people who can help with that. People can help. Let's love each other, okay? We want to keep people in the game. We want people to try. We want losers. We want losers in our world. We want them, I promise you, because losers become winners. And then they lose again, but they keep trying. That's what life's about. Let's keep each other in the game. Let's take the negativity out of the word loser. Let's all play the game together. All right? I'm JJ Harrison. I'm masking back up. Now, I'm telling you, we are going to make a difference with this. We really are. Don't forget I love you. Don't forget I want to see you at a rodeo. And I tell you what, let's all do this together. Love y'all.